Orbis here, and today I'm going to be doing a ranking of every track on the album Kid A by Radiohead. Of course, the one I did most recently was OK Computer, although that was a while ago, but I finally got around to doing this one. So I guess what my opinion of Kid A is I think it's an amazing album, and it's one of Radiohead's best, probably in the top 3. I don't think it's quite as good as OK Computer or In Rainbows, in my opinion. I think those two albums are probably 10 out of 10s, and then this album's a 9 out of 10. That's my personal view. I think it's almost perfect, but not quite. So without further ado, we'll just go through the ranking, rank every track from worst to best. There's some amazing songs on here, mostly amazing songs. There's a couple I do really like, but aren't quite to the same standard. So at the bottom I put Tree Fingers, just because it barely even feels like a proper song. It's just kind of 3 to 4 minutes of nice sounds. I don't really see what it contributes to the track. I kind of wish it wasn't there, and it's a bit of a skip. Next up I put Kid A, the title track. Even though I put it so low, I really like the creepy vibe to it. You know, it's a similar vibe to Fitter Happier. I quite like the robot voice, and also the main keyboard line. Something about it is very ominous, so I like it. I don't mind it. In Limbo, it's decent, but I just don't think it's as strong as a lot of the other tracks on this album. But from here on out, every track is just phenomenal. So next up I put The Closer, motion picture soundtrack, which is similar to No Exit in the sense that the title kind of describes how it sounds. It definitely works really well as a closer. It feels like an ending, and I think it's beautiful. Next up I put Optimistic, which is probably the most traditional rock song on the album. You know, maybe it's the one I could most see being on, OK Computer or something. And yeah, it's fantastic. Next up is Morning Bell, which it's just a great track. I don't really have much to say about it, to be honest. The only thing I can think to say is that I like this version more than the Amnesiac version. But we'll talk more about that version when I do Amnesiac. Next up is the National Anthem, which, if anyone has watched my top 10 Radiohead songs video, then you know that I guess it must have gone down in the ranks, because I put that in my top 10, and if I remember rightly, I guess it was the highest Kid A track, unless there was one higher. I'm not quite, I can't really remember. But anyway, I think it's incredible. Just very chaotic, and it's an experience. So that takes us into the top 3 tracks. And at number 3, I've put Everything in Its Right Place, the opener. It's a very simple song, but despite that, it's an iconic and essential Radiohead track. It's great. And number 2, I've gone with Idiotech, which is a very interesting song in terms of its style. It's it's got kind of a dance influence to it, but also it sounds like a dance song, but also it is quite ominous. So yeah, it's an interesting blend, and it's one of Radiohead's best. And at number 1, I've put How to Disappear Completely, which is a masterpiece. It's a beautiful song, very emotional, and I don't think I can really do it justice. It's I think doing that top 10 highest rated songs of all time video definitely sort of made me realise that it's very powerful. I think Tom York once said it's his favourite Radiohead song, which is definitely a good choice. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. So yeah, that was my ranking of every track on Kid A by Radiohead. Let me know your thoughts on my ranking in the comments, and also what your ranking would be. And next up is Amnesiac, which I think it'll be a fun one, to be honest, because And music gets quite a bit of flack for being like Kid A, but like Kid B, Kid A B-sides. But I always have fun revisiting it. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you soon, and have a good one. Goodbye.